Morning, pretty people. It's Saturday morning, Saturday the 11th of July 2020. Welcome along to this morning's United Kingdom Talk, coming to you live from the Chapel Hill Marina here in Lincolnshire, boys and girls. And the sun is out. I must say, I woke up this morning. It was very cold this morning. Woke up, so I put the heating on a little bit. Only for half an hour. It was a bit cold in the bedroom. My tootsies did not want to come out from underneath that duvet. Bit cold. However, good weather is on the way. I am pleased to report in the Daily Star this morning. It says, finally, the dreary boys and girls. There's a few YouTube shows like that. Finally, the dreary weather of the last few weeks will be replaced by something a little bit more summer-like. Because it hasn't been, has it? It hasn't been summer-like. It was a bit better yesterday. An expert forecaster. Well, I wonder if that was Thomas with the bad hairdo. Thomas. Was it him? An expert forecaster was delighted to tell us he has forecast scorching temperatures, boys and girls. Who doesn't like the good weather? Anyone not like it too hot? Do diabetic people suffer in hot weather? I'm not sure. One or two of you are diabetic, I know that. It says, summer is back with a blast of sizzling heat from the Azores that will roast Britain next week. Isn't that good news? We could be getting 30 degrees next week, centigrade that is, of course, which is about 145 Fahrenheit, with the sunshine and blue skies set to last until the end of July, you lucky people. Yes, feeling hot, hot, hot. Da-da, ba-ba-da-ba-da, ba-ba-da-ba-da. Right. Yeah, it's hot, baby. I'm so pleased to hear that. The forecaster says finally the dreary weather of recent weeks will be replaced by something more summer-like this weekend. So thank God for that. To be honest, it wasn't too bad yesterday morning and afternoon. A little bit of a chill. A tiny smidgen of a little bit of a chill, but not too bad at all. I went for a walk yesterday with my nephew's wife and two of their children, Harry and Evie. There are pictures to show you. There are pictures, but they will require likes, boys and girls. Not only that, I have a very short 5-second video to show you of something that you will want to see if you like planes. Okay, all I'm saying, I just managed to catch it as it flew over the caravan, the Lincolnshire Television Studio Complex. Just managed to catch it as it flew over yesterday afternoon, around about 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. And also some pictures of John Parrish. I think John Parrish and his wife Sherry, who does her own cooking channel, I think they've been watching Blue Peter, boys and girls. They have made something. They have made something. I'm gonna give you a clue. Give us a clue. Excellent programme with Michael Aspel. Give you a clue. And the clue is Mick Davenport did something similar. Okay? That is the clue is in the question. Mick Davenport did something very similar. So if you'd like to see those, I require some likes for those, please. Let's see, shall we? Let's be generous today and only ask for... calculating. Hello. 19 likes. There you go. 19 likes for that today, boys and girls. I've written it down here with my script. 19 likes is all we require to show you photographs and videos and Blue Peter type things this morning. Blue Peter. That one, yes. Anyway, so that was yesterday. On our walk, we kept coming across massive, great cow poo, also known as cow pats. Aren't they huge? Blimey, you have to dodge the blooming ground when you're walking over those. And they were new. They were new because they were still soft and moist. They were soft and moist, as Harry liked to tell me, as he was poking them with a stick. But they don't smell. They actually look... part of the countryside. You know, if you saw a human one, it wouldn't really look part of the countryside, would it? The cow ones, it looks like it kind of fits in. And it doesn't look like it's doing anything particularly bad to your environment either. So I looked them up. A very, very interesting subject. Cow pats, I'll have you know. Here we go. Cow pats. Are they good? Yes, they are, according to this. Reading you this from the gardeningknowhow.com website, boys and girls. The use of cattle manure or cow dung, cow pats, cow dung in the garden is a popular practice in many rural areas. I think what I'm going to have to do next time is go out there with a couple of carrier bags and a small trowel. Can't be carrying a spade, that's going to be too heavy. Perhaps a trowel, and put them into my carrier bag. And put them on my pots here. I could even take some back to Royal Berkshire. We don't really have many cows there. Well, I mean, there's a lady who lives opposite and down... no, sorry, I mean... we don't really have any cows wandering around near my house. I could take some cow dung home. Does it smell? Would it smell very much if it was in a plastic bag? Perhaps our specific, what's the word? Receptacles. Oh, what a wonderful word that is. We like words, don't we, on this programme? Receptacle. Perhaps there is a specific receptacle that you can purchase just to collect cow dung. Is that a good idea? Is that doing it for you? Cow dung, very, very good for the garden. It says, in the garden, it's a popular practice in many rural areas. This type of manure is not as rich in nitrogen as many other types. However, the high ammonia levels... Oh, I don't like the smell of that, dear. People clean their kitchen with that stuff, don't they? Oh, it stings my eyes, dear. Oh, I can't see, dear. Blimey. The high ammonia levels can burn plants when the fresh manure is directly applied. Composting cow manure, on the other hand, can provide numerous benefits to the garden. So I think it's saying that you can't put it straight on the plants. Not like horse dung. Horse dung. They do that round here on the fields. The smell isn't particularly offensive, I must say. However, when you're surrounded by it and you're stuck with it and you're not driving through it, so to speak, it does become a little bit overpowering. It's like a sweet smell, isn't it? It's like people have been around it chewing sweets. And it tells you what it's made up of. So quite good for the garden, according to this little story here. Isn't that an interesting fact? See, the things you learn on this show. You could be just sitting there flicking through unintelligent programmes on the telly. I've got to say the BBC breakfast show on a Saturday morning is dire. Just didn't hold my attention this morning. I switched across to Sky News eventually, and the bonus of watching Sky News today was Kay Burley is not on there on a Saturday. It's all good. Kay Burley, not on Sky News on a Saturday. There is a God after all. Dear me. How are we doing on the likes? 14 likes. We need 19 likes to show you the pictures this morning. Okay, and also... great niece Evie pointed out that there were trees that had fallen over there. But here's a strange... Oh, we need music for this. Just a moment. Here is the... Where's my music? Here is it. Just a moment. Where is it? Just a minute. Just a minute. Just a minute. There it is. Where is... But little Evie, great niece Evie pointed out, rather strange and mysteriously... And it really was... very, very strange and mysterious. The trees that had fallen over, and they had fallen over, they hadn't been cut down, had fallen in a straight line. Almost like one on the end hit that one, and then that hit that one, and then that hit that one, like dominoes. Isn't that strange and mysterious? Very, very strange and mysterious. Anyway, great niece pointed this out and asked me why, and I'm afraid I couldn't answer the question, which is unusual because uncles know everything. We know any subject, any question, we know everything. And yet, Evie, looking rather disappointedly in Great Uncle Chris, was very disappointed to learn that I didn't know why the trees had fallen down, not in an exact straight line, but, you know, they were all that line of trees had all fallen over. They were silver birch. And we went to have, because I like to have a look underneath it. You know, we all had boots on yesterday. I had my Dr. Martin boots on. Harry had these Wellington boots on. I think Evie had Wellington boots on as well. And they quite like splashing in the puddles. And we got to underneath where these tree roots are. So the trees like that, the roots are there. And there's a big dip there. And Harry noticed that the water was a little bit deeper than the others. Chris, go in there and see how deep it was. He wanted me to fall in, great nephew Harry. To his great amusement. I don't think so. I don't think so. Dear. I was surprised at how the roots actually on these trees, I think there were silver birch trees, they had silver bark anyway, the roots look very, very shallow. They don't appear to be going very far into the earth. And I wonder if silver birch trees were more susceptible to perhaps falling over like that. You know, up down at the house in Berkshire, I'm surrounded by tall pine trees, and when it's windy, they really bend. I mean, seriously, 45 degrees or more, they bend over. Occasionally you'll get a tree, a branch snap off and come tumbling down. But I've never seen one go over yet. No, and I've been there like 26 years. Apparently that great storm, do you remember the one? 1980... 87, 89, something like that. Apparently they were going down in that particular storm that we had. I was working for BT at the time then. My God, the overtime we got out of that weather system was unbelievable. We got weeks and weeks of overtime. I was going in on Sundays. And it was a great time, actually, to drive around the roads then, because, of course, there was no traffic on the road on a Sunday, certainly not on a Sunday morning, 8 o'clock in the morning. On the other hand, all these people would make appointments for Sunday morning. You'd knock at the door, well, they wouldn't be up. You know, we'd give them at least 3 seconds to open the door. If not, shove the car through and on to the next one, mate. Rude. So that was yesterday. Today, much excitement today here at Lincolnshire Television Studio Complex, because I will be receiving at some point, possibly while the show is on, a new bottle of gas. Oh yes. Great big tall things they are. Very heavy. They're really heavy. I have to drag it round to the back of the caravan. It's an old chap. I think it's the old boy that he does all the maintenance on here. He delivers the gas bottles. So I'm looking forward to that coming today. All paid for. And in fact, Sylvie, I spoke to Sylvie, who is queen of all caravans in the entire world. I spoke to Sylvie yesterday, and she'd been trying to get hold of me because I'd sent her 65 quid, and it's only 60 quid for a bottle of gas. So she's been trying to give me my change. So I think the bloke's going to give me my extra £5 back today. What shall I spend it on? You see, all these different choices are opening up before me. I will have £5 to spend on anything that I want this morning. I can't decide. It's very, very exciting. Very exciting. I did spend a little bit of money yesterday. I spent a little bit of money yesterday. I purchased, I went into the newly refurbished Co-op in Tattershaw, which is just down the road. That's the shop I go past. Because on my way to my nephews, I thought I must get them some sweets. I rang up my sister. I'm thinking of getting them some sweets. What do they like? Don't get them sweets, get them a drink. No, I want to get them some sweets. They've got enough sweets. Don't get them sweets, get them a drink. On and on it went, dear. What did I do? What do you think I did? I went in there and purchased 3 very large bars of chocolate. In fact, I purchased larger bars of chocolate than I would normally do, in the hope that they would then tell my sister that Uncle Chris had given them large bars of chocolate. Yum, yum, yum. And did they stuff those in their little faces? It's funny, when you give the kids a bar of chocolate, right, large, you know, the large one. I did have one myself, I know. It's been months since I've had chocolate, months. So I bought one for myself, but actually that was polished off by the time I got to their house, which is not a great distance away, really. Nevertheless, I managed to shove it in my mouth, gave them the bars of chocolate, and as they opened them, can I have a piece? No. I'd just given them a bar of chocolate. Wouldn't give me a piece. Rude. So that was nice. And while I was in there, bless me, Father, for I have sinned. It has been many, many years since my last confession. I purchased, for the first time again in many months, a Co-op apple pie. They are the best apple pies. Co-op, and they're only £1.25. £1, a great big apple pie like this is. You get I get 4 portions out of it, sometimes 3. I think this one 3. I get 4 portions out of it. Really, £1.25. Come in a little box. Lovely pastry. It's the pastry that does the damage. You know that, don't you? Anyone who's trying to lose weight. Pastry is one of the worst things in the world to put weight on. But I haven't had any for ages and ages and ages. So I got myself a nice little apple pie. So 2 walks yesterday we had. One that was with my nephew's wife and the two of their children. And another one last night where I walked along the river, the river with them. Come out here, instead of turning right, I turned left, and I walked and walked and walked. And similar to the walk I had the other night, beautiful green, don't see anyone at all. Just nice along the river, dead quiet, some birds singing. It's like going dusk. It was about 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, and I kept walking. But I keep thinking that at some point on my journey, so that's the road I'm on, and I walk that way, right? At some point, I'm going to turn left, so I'll be able to come into a circle. But I don't think you can. You can't do it that way either. So if you walk along there, you decide how far you want to walk, then you walk back. I'd like to walk in a circle, but that would involve walking through a field, and you're not really allowed to do that. That's like private land. You know, I don't want to get on the wrong side of any farmers round here. You know, I may wish to purchase some cow dung at them, as mentioned at the beginning of the show today. Rather, I have to ask permission first. You can't just go round nicking cow dung, dear. Good God, no. Who owns the cows? You've got to find... Moo! Moo! Surely you've got to find... Moo! Moo! Surely you've got to find out who owns the cows before you pick up the cow dung. Isn't it? That'd be like going to a sewage works, wouldn't it? It would be like going to a sewage works. You get into the sewage works. I know, I'd go to one of the tanks. I don't know how not quite sure how it works. You can't just go in there with a spade and start shoveling other people's poo in a bag and taking it home and going to the garden centre. Or put it on your garden, rather. You've got to find out whose poo it is first. How do you find out? Is there pipes that go into the sewage place? You know, with like people's names on it. Oh, that's Chris Reardon's one. Always a lot coming through today. Is that how it works? I don't know. Do I look like someone who works for the water board? Oh, that's really old-fashioned, the water board. Do you mean Thames Water, Anglia Water, South Eastern Water? Oh, dear me. Anyway, I don't think you can just steal cow poo, but a nice walk last night, and I walked about half an hour that way and half an hour this way. So I have achieved my 10,000 steps yesterday. Oh, someone's died, a famous footballer. Just come on my news. Jack Charlton. Oh, we know him, don't we? Jack Charlton's just died. 85. That's just about old, isn't it? 85. It's not very old. Yeah, I remember that name. He must be the most famous footballer ever, I reckon. Jack Charlton. Was he a goalkeeper? Well, I can't remember now. I wasn't a football person. What did I do for my steps yesterday? Let's have a little look there. Thanks for your messages coming in, gang. I shall come to those shortly. All right, my love. Steps. There we are. Steps. I'm a deeper shade of blue. Steps. Do you get it? No, never mind. Here we are. Yes, this steps. 12,321 steps. Which I imagine is about 5 miles. We're trying to do 10,000 steps a day. However, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that if I go cycling. I'm thinking of going cycling today on that old bike that I've got next door. I'd like to see if I can cycle up to a certain bridge, or at least the tin shop, which I found I was going to walk there the other day, but I'd been walking for about an hour, 45 minutes, and I still hadn't got there, and it wasn't anywhere in sight, so I think it's a lot further than I thought it would be. But on the bike, I mean, can a cycle, how does that relate into steps? Or, does it? I don't know if it does or not. It must do, mustn't it? I mean, would one step be sort of one revolution of the pedals? Revolution. Don't know how that works. Anyone know how that works? Not sure. Anyway, that's that. As I say, I spoke to Sylvie on the phone last night. Something flew over my house. Now, let me see how many likes we've got so far. 18 likes. Oh, dear. Just one more like required. One more like required. Then I can show you a little video, a couple of photographs. Come on. One more like, please, boys and girls. That's the thumbs up thing underneath the YouTube screen. If you could just hit the thumbs up thing, that helps with the YouTube algorithms, and I'll show you the bits and pieces. All right, let's just read some of your messages this morning. Good morning to Daniel Waterhouse. Morning, Terry. Terry says, just wanted to leave you a quick message. Loves the new layout of the bingo board. So much easier and clearer to see at a glance. Excellent. I'm glad you like that, Terry. Some of you will have received another test bingo ticket this morning. Okay. All right. Which I have now sent out. Okay. D. If D is with us this morning, she may be with us. I haven't got down to your... very far down. I haven't moved the messages at all yet, so I'll have a look in a minute. D, you should have got a bingo ticket this morning. Everyone who got one yesterday should have got one, plus another couple of people that asked to be sent one for the show today. I did put a message on the Facebook at a reasonable time last night. Anyone else that wanted a bingo ticket for today's test game, it's not a proper game, for today's test game on the new software. And a couple of you emailed and asked for those tickets. So both of you are on the system. Okay? You've been put on the system there. Whoever that was. I can't remember who it was now. Good morning to Carl in his Sprinter van. Jason Hughes. Mandy Davenport. Morning. Gavin Bass. Head of Twittering on this channel is Gavin Bass. Good morning, Gavin. He also provides our little bits and pieces here. Look, he's done that. And he's done that as well. Look at those. Wonderful, wonderful little things. If you've got anything that you ever want us to show on the show, I can never do it immediately. It has to be on the next talk show, which will be, what is it, Saturday? Not on the bingo show. Monday morning it'll be, all right? Although Monday morning show may be a bit later. I'll tell you why. The blokes are coming to start doing my shed on Monday, and I don't know what time they're going to be there, so I can't give you a time for the show start on Monday. Just have your notifications switched on and keep an eye on the Facebook Messenger thing, and I'll try and give you a time on there. All right? Although it's usually 8:45 in the morning, sometimes little things happen and we're not able to stick to that time, but I do my best on that one, okay? Good morning to Daniel Woodhouse. It is a Saturday today, Daniel. Saturday. Saturday. Ba. Michael Parman, good morning, Michael. There's our lovely Fran Green. Little Joe Woodruff. Morning, Joe. Mike Rees-Ponto, good morning. Wishing everyone a happy Saturday today. John Aitken, who is... Well, John, I'm afraid you're no longer head of medication on this channel, my love. You mucked it up a couple of times now. We can't have unreliable people doing jobs on this channel, my love. I'm very sorry, John. You missed it yesterday, didn't he? You saw it yourselves, boys and girls. I had to remind myself. I could have been dead. No one cares. No one cares. I could have died on air yesterday because you forgot to remind me of my medication, darling. And there I am at the goodness of my heart. Selecting, I've made a mistake, boys and girls, and it's the first time this century. The mistake was giving John Aitken the job of head of medication. Terrible. And he forgot. I don't know. There is something else that we have to do, John, as you have now been removed. As you have now been removed as head of medication, there will, of course, have to be pain and suffering as issued by Mandy Davenport. She was a bit late with the third one, but that's okay. She does her best. Thank you, John. Good morning to Peter Wright today. Hello to lovely Rachel. Morning to... who else is there? Is that everyone? Let's just scrolling down there. Scrolling down. One moment, please. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. But there's Andy. Good morning, Andy. Oh, I must say hello to Sean Pye this morning as well. Sean's texted in a message. Thank you very much for that, Sean. What can I say? Nice to be home, if you see what I mean. Nice to be home there. Sean's having trouble emailing the show for some reason. His emails are being bounced back to him. I have no idea why that would be. Emails are coming in from various other places, but not from you. For some strange reason. I don't know why that is, Sean. No idea what that is, why that is, I'm afraid, my friend. All right. Good morning to Scotty Daniel. Morning to Shania Steele. She's got a practice today for the first Holy Communion people. Morning, Shania. Hello to Diane Jebb. Gary Ross. Morning, Gary 2 Tickets Ross. So Kate Ross has already been punished for that one, I think you'll find. Mandy, it will soon be Christmas. I do hope so. We like Christmas. Ding dong merrily on high. I wonder what sort of Christmas it'll be this year. Whether all this virus business will still be badly in the air, you know? Funny our world now, isn't it, eh? Whenever I speak to Auntie Brenda, who I chat to, I try and ring her every night on the phone. She keeps saying the same thing, and that is, will it ever be back to normal? Doesn't look like it, does it? I mean, why would they putting up all these screens and everything everywhere? I think some of the outdoor swimming people are moaning now. Oh, of course, there's always someone moaning. So they're now allowed to open outdoor swimming pools. They were told 4 days ago, oh, the government didn't tell us in time. Well, maybe the government didn't get told themselves. What did you think they should do? Someone come along and tells the government, OK, you can open the swimming pools now. Should they then go to the swimming pools and say, OK, you can open them now, but we're giving you 2 weeks warning, so don't open them for 2 weeks? People are so stupid. I mean, the stupidity of some people that you would think would have some sort of common sense. They told them as soon as they could open, and they're still not happy. People are still not happy. Perhaps there's a little left-wing group on Facebook that they can join. You know, swimming pools that are not told early enough that they can open. Something like that. Let's have just a quick look at the likes there. We got 24 likes. Oh, that's very generous of you this morning. 24. That's very kind of you. Okay, let me show you a few little photographs, boys and girls. First of all, here's a few pictures of Evie and Harry. Now, they wanted a drink, so I sent them over to the sheep dip. Uncle Chris, can we have a drink? Yeah, just go over there. There's one of the trees that have fallen over. Evie with her little red boots. Check those out. Can you see those things under there? Apparently they're mushrooms, but they're growing downwards. And there's Harry with his red boots on, about to attack me with the tickling stick. Oh, yes. We do like a tickling stick. So there's the photos. Do you want to see them again? I'll let them come round again because I only got them on 10,000 milliseconds there. A drink in the sheep dip. We can't afford to buy bottles of water. Nothing wrong with that. One fallen down tree. And as I say, they were all in a long line, those trees. Can you see those mushrooms? They look like some sort of stand. They're mushrooms growing downwards there. Apparently, my nephew's wife said if you kick them, all this black dust flies out and you breathe it in. And there is Harry Butler's punishment stick. I wonder if he's getting ready to take over from Mandy Davenport if she ever gives up her position of pain and suffering head of. Yes, thank you very much for that. I don't see John Parrish with us this morning. But he's kind enough to send in some photos. So John Parrish has been doing a bit of DIY, boys and girls. John Parrish clearly watching Blue Peter. Here it is. John Parrish has been making something. Look. Oh, that's not very good, is it? Just a moment. Let me just... Oh, why hasn't that worked? Well, that's a small... I don't know why that picture's small there. Perhaps we can open... Oh, there we go. Let's open it up a bit better like that. There's John. What's it? Look, he's made his own hat. He's made his own hat with some of my stickers. Look. And she has been making strawberry cheesecake. Sherry does her own cooking channel. Sherry DMP, her name is. Okay, so once again, here comes the hat. The homemade hats. Which is basically a sticker stuck on a baseball hat. I'm not quite sure how that'll go in the washing machine. Or a little bit of rain. I've got a feeling those things will fly off. There's John. I think John's in his 70s. He don't look in his 70s, does he? She's really pretty, his wife. And once again, the cheesecake coming round there. Oh, strawberry cheesecake. Who wants a piece of that? Eh? I have a feeling I'm going to push the boat out a little bit here. It might even be better than the Cooperative Retail Society's apple pies. We like the apple pies. Couple more messages and I'll show you a very short video there. Shania, yeah, there she is. She's at 2 First Holy Communion masses today. Blimey. Oh, you're busy today. Good morning to our lovely silent viewers. Maureen's probably with us there somewhere. Good morning to you. Silent viewers there. Carrying on, just scrolling down there a little bit. One moment, please. Good morning to Dan S. Morning to Dan S. Oh, is it? Of course, it's Daniel's birthday today, isn't it? Daniel Holmes' birthday. Oh, there's John. John Parrish is there. There you go, John. Not a bad effort with the hats there. I wouldn't go out in the rain, mate. I think those stickers, and just imagine how distraught you would be if you went out with your little hats on and it rained and you suddenly saw your stickers running down in a small river next to you, my darling, in the rain. That could possibly be the most disappointing part of your life. That or discovering this channel, one of the two. Dan says, I turned 40 last year. It's been a downward slope. You see, I don't agree with that, Dan. My favourite age period was between 32 and 47. I think 40 is a great age to be. I really do. You don't think it as you come up to it. And I got to 40 and I thought, wow, this is fantastic. I'd never, ever want to be a teenager or in my 20s again. No, thank you. What a nightmare. All that heartbreak and heartache. I think you become hardened to a bit of that. You know, I'm feeling quite hot. Well, Mick says there's a competition where they use the dry cow pats as frisbees to see how far they can get them. Well, open your mouth, Mick, and I'll throw one at you, mate. There's Sherry. Good morning to Sherry this morning. It's a win thing. Good morning to lovely Fiona Hunt. Good morning, Fiona. Welcome, Fiona. What else have we got there? John Aitken remembers the 1987 storm. I'd only been in London a few weeks, living in Osterley. Oh, I know Osterley, yeah. Trees blown down everywhere. There was. I'll never forget that. I was working for British Telecom at the time, you see. Yeah, a lot of work we got out of that. Hours and hours of overtime. Loads of cash. BT, they were a fantastic employer, actually. No complaints with British Telecom at all. You know, you did your job, that's it. They were happy. Fantastic. All your safety wear, warm clothes in the winter. They used to provide all that. A nice warm coat when you climb up telegraph poles. Fantastic job, British Telecom it was. Really was. And I thought they really looked after me. The money was good. As long as you put the hours in, that was fine. You know, there were some lazy people. You know, they always got caught out and sacked. Good. Michael Lawrence. Good morning, Michael Lawrence. Excuse me. A little frog in my throat this morning. Scroll down. Morning to Adrian Richardson. James Humble. Good morning, young James. He's in his caravan as well. Good morning, James. That's in... Is it Wales, your caravan, James? Say hello to your mum and dad. What's your mum and dad's names? Let's say hello to them as well this morning. Scrolling. Let's get down to the end of that list. There we are. Fiona likes John and Sherry's pictures there. Excellent. Right, now, whose birthday is it again? Which Daniel was it? I can't remember now. Hang on a minute. Let me check my birthday list there. It might be on there. Where's our birthday list? Daniel Woodhouse, that's it. Daniel Woodhouse. We always like to make someone a little bit special on their birthdays. I believe there's a few special people on this channel. I think you'll be in touch. No, absolutely no names mentioned. Absolutely. Send me an email and I'll send you the list of the special people on this channel. Hey? Oh, I was reliably informed by one of my... No, I'll tell you afterwards. One of my spies has informed me something, boys. He goes, there is a liar amongst us. There is a liar amongst us. And this person will be revealed to you very shortly, live and exclusively on this channel this morning. I mean, I don't want to get up on my perch. I like to be on my perch, watching over, making judgments. But I'm going to have to be on my perch and reveal to you this morning a liar, as reliably informed by the United Kingdom Talk satellite network flying over you at the moment, taking pictures and notes of people's various activities, and some of them are not pretty. Some of them are not pretty at all. There is a liar amongst us. Perhaps they're not there this morning, but I will reveal you the name of this person in the show a little bit later on. Meanwhile, it's Daniel's birthday today. Good morning, Daniel. Daniel Woodhouse. Happy birthday to you. I don't know how old you are this morning, actually. Someone else there is in his 40s. I don't know if you're 40 today, but never. What do you mean? So he's realised? No. What do you mean? So he's realised? What do you mean? So he's realised? What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? I wasn't ready to do it. I'll do it when I'm ready, not when I'm prodded by people. Have you not noticed the people that prod me all the time get ignored? Have you not noticed that yet? Yeah. We like to do messages, interesting messages from people, not stupid comments or prods to do this when you want me to do it. I don't think so, darling. This is a programme for the many, not the few, for the many. For the many, not the few, the many. Right, here we go then. Happy birthday on this Saturday, live with us today, Saturday, the 11th of July, 2020, to Mr. Daniel Woodhouse. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Oh, little Daniel Woodhouse, happy birthday today. Will you be getting a cake, Daniel? That is the question, my love. Is anyone buying you a little birthday cake? If no one is, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Go and buy yourself one. I did that this year. No one bought me a birthday cake. No one bought me a birthday cake this year. I had to buy my own birthday cake. Only a small one. Sod that. Why? Why not? No one gets your birthday cake. And buy your own one. That's what I say. Absolutely. Happy birthday, Daniel. What are you doing today? Anything for your birthday? I know it's not... Can't go out to pubs or anything like that, can you? Mind you, that's the last place I want to go on my birthday. A pub. Or a surprise party. No, thank you. I don't like surprise parties. I've never had one in my name before. I've DJ'd at loads of surprise birthday parties. And the thought of being... And I tell you what happens. What happens? Your family will say on your birthday, we're taking you out for dinner today. And you'll arrive at a scout hut. You'll get in the car and you'll end up at a scout hut. Oh, and then you've got to pretend like you don't know what's happening. Oh, what am I doing here? You know, when they bang open those doors, the entire family and all your friends are going to be there and sing you happy birthday. How embarrassing is that? No, thank you. I had a feeling my dear sister was going to do that for my 50th birthday about 7 years ago now. So I actually went on holiday to New York to avoid it. I'm serious. That's why I went. That and the fact that there was a Barry Manilow concert at the Copacabana. That one. Love it. Look, lots of people wishing Daniel a happy birthday this morning. Isn't that nice? There we are. He's 40. He is 40 today, is he? Excellent. Happy birthday for you, young Daniel. He makes his own birthday cake. There you go. Nothing wrong with that. He's been taken to Southend. Southend. Are you going to play on the is the thing open with the what they call, like fun fair? I doubt that'd be open, will it? Mind you can go to the beach, can't you? Good morning to Denise Andrews. Morning, Denise. Denise, did you get your ticket this morning? You were sent one this morning again. Did you get your bingo ticket in the email this morning, Dee, darling? Can you have a look, my love? We sent out some bingo tickets this morning. We're going to do another test game around about 10:30 or whenever the show ends. We'll wait for the end of the show because there are people here that don't play the bingo, and we are doing the talk show today. Similarly on the bingo, often we're doing the bingo show and people are trying to do like talk subjects. No, because it's a bingo show and the majority of the people are there to play the bingo. So I do try and separate little bits and pieces there. All right. Southend, what a dump, says Mick. Yeah, I don't know really. It's years since I went to Southend. I was going out with someone there for a short period of time. I only go out with people for short periods of time. Sometimes as long as an hour. I just get bored of them. I'm sorry, I do. I get bored of the same old person, dear. They get on my nerves, people. Right, let me show you this film now. Yesterday, there I am, sitting there in the Lincolnshire Television Studio Complex, and I heard the noise. What's this here? I'm just keeping an eye on this morning. Let me put it there so I'll know if the gas man comes from my bottle of gas. I might have to open a door to him, okay? So I might have to leave you for a moment or two. Yes, I'm sitting there and I could hear this whirring noise. I thought, that sounds like the Lancaster. And I rushed out my door with my camera and I just managed to catch it going over. It's very, very short, this video. And you'll see, when I say the RAF planes fly right over my caravan, now you know I'm not lying. There it is. Isn't that beautiful? That's all I've got, I'm afraid. I was a bit late out there. That light needs to be replaced, doesn't it? Have another look. Listen to the noise. There she goes. Stunning piece of engineering, that, isn't it, eh? Beautiful. You can see my fairy lights on there. There you go. I thought you'd like to see that. Mark Cording, I don't think he's with us this morning. He likes planes and all that sort of thing, doesn't he? Excellent. Denise says in the 70s, Southend and Margate was the place to go. Okay. Wow. Did you get your bingo ticket this morning, Denise? Did that arrive to you this morning? Can you have a look? I think there's a way of resending stuff on this particular system, which I might try and do there. Fiona says it's beautiful. It really was. Oh, the sound, Rachel. It's as you well know, it's so loud. It's so loud. I love it. I love that plane. It doesn't come out very often, that one. We get the jets flying over. And also there were smaller planes with it, which I didn't manage to catch. I don't know what they were. There wouldn't be Spitfires. Wasn't there some sort of anniversary this week of the Spitfires, or maybe yesterday? Some sort of anniversary going on. But there was, I think, 4 smaller planes going around with it as well. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Anyway, so that's it. What else have we got? My nephew isn't with us this morning, is he, Gary? Gary's not with us yet, earlier this morning. No. I wanted to mention Gary because he's got a YouTube channel called Scrap It Man, as you well know. And he's just achieved 1,400 subscribers. And he's gone further than me in the space of like 6 weeks. So great congratulations there. He's clearly doing something that people want to watch there. And I'm just amazed how quickly he's got up there with the viewers, with the subscribers. It's an amazing achievement, really. The way to get subscribers, apart from doing something that people like to do, I remember I've always said to you, do it your way. Don't take much notice, especially if you're doing a show and people keep suggesting things, sometimes. Not necessarily in a horrible way, in a nice way. Like by email or on the message. Like, oh, we quite like your show. It's very nice. But if you do this, do you know what I mean? And you might look at that and think, well, I don't really want to do that. So don't do it. Don't be swayed by other people's opinions, because there are people watching for you for what you do and how you do it. If you change it, you might lose them. And besides, you are enjoying doing it in your way. So don't take any notice of that at all. It also requires help from other YouTubers. I've discovered. Really, I mean, I struggled. I just couldn't get to that magic 1,000 number. And then my brother-in-law kept mentioning in my show, on his show, over a couple of his shows, and that took us up above the 1,000 level. And the same thing has happened to Gary. Of course, I mention it, and his dad mentions it. He's got the Retro Restored and Butler's Empire channels. My brother-in-law there, he started mentioning Gary's, and they went up quite a lot. And other people have mentioned his channel. Now he's achieved 14,000 subscribers in 6 weeks, which is just amazing. Amazing. We've got Gary's British Talk Show as well. We mention him quite a lot on here. I know he mentions me quite a lot on his show as well, doesn't he? Gary's British Talk Show, you know, he's down there in sort of the sort of, I think the mid hundreds at the moment. He's on there, and it can take a very, very long time to get where you want to get to, you know. But there you go, one of those things. So we mentioned, I said the way to get subscribers is to perhaps come on people's chat box and mention your channel, you know. Mention your channel and get other YouTubers to talk about your channel, and then it comes along. Other channels that I know of, Mix Mowers, of course. Many other channels. There's Sherry's channel, a cookery channel. She's on here most mornings. Mike Rizponto has got a channel. Gavin Bass has got a channel. Lots of channels. We all do our own little thing. And the way to get subscribers is to sort of mention other channels on there. And they do the same for you, you know. You know, sometimes you get various people and they try and shove in a little bit of jealousy here, there and the other there. Don't have anything to do with that. Don't respond to that. Don't need to have nastiness going around between various people. Unnecessary. I think people like a bit of drama a lot of the time, really, and I won't be dragged into anything like that. Let's have a look. Let's just scroll down there. Yes, indeed. It was Vera Lynn's funeral yesterday. Yes, it was. I saw a bit of that on the telly. What a wonderful lady. I wonder what she would have thought about all this virus and race rights and all that. Eh? I don't know. We'll meet again. Don't know where. Don't know when. Oh, beautiful. Scott, it was the 80th year of Battle of Britain. Started yesterday. Thank you very much. As well as Vera Lynn's funeral. I saw the coffin being taken into a church. Was it Brighton? I think she was done in Brighton, wasn't she? Was she done in Brighton or maybe buried in Brighton? It was somewhere around the area, wasn't it? Wonderful. Retro Hacks as well. Thank you, Gary. That's another one of my brother-in-law's channel. He's very successful at his channel. And he does his channel for where he knows the viewers are, if you see what I mean. He's found his audience. And he does his whole channel towards that audience. Because his is a business. He runs his like a business. So if something's not making much, he'll get rid of it. Whereas mine is more, let's be honest, this is more of a hobby. This is hobby television. That's thinking about the hobby television show. Hobby. Like one or two of you got your various different hobbies, fishing and things like that. Someone who does fishing as a hobby and is about to be named, boys and girls, as lying on someone else's channel. I was shocked and horrified to discover and receive a secret message last night that someone had been on Gary's British Chat Show, which he does every morning. I don't think he does Sundays. Gary's British Chat Show every morning at 8 o'clock and every night at 10 o'clock or thereabouts. I don't think he does an exact time. He's the same as me. He starts when he's ready. And informed Gary that I was apparently watching as a secret viewer. I was doing nothing of the sort. But fortunately, my spy satellite, someone was logged into my spy satellites, which are flying over you at this moment. They've been in the papers. You may have seen them mentioned as Starlink. They are actually my satellites, which I paid Elon Musk to send up and to watch everyone. I am watched what Mr. Putin was up to last night was no one's business. I was shocked and horrified. I thought he just liked girls. I was shocked to find that out. Anyway, so I was reliably informed that George Bond, there's the name, George Bond had been on Gary's British Talk Show channel, who does his chat show on there daily, and said that I was a secret viewer last night. No, I wasn't. Would you like to know what I was doing last night? I was watching an excellent programme, which was on BBC One Colour a few weeks ago now, The Salisbury Poisonings. Have you watched that? What an excellent programme. I've watched 2 episodes of that, and that's what I was doing last night. I watched 2 episodes of The Salisbury Poisonings. Very good and highly recommended if you like a bit of drama. That was, of course, 2018 that was, wasn't it? Where the Russians, was it proved the Russians tried to poison 2 of their, what would you call them? Agents? No, 2 two people that had been spying, I think, for us. I don't know. I'm not quite sure what they were up to now, but they were two people that were supposed to be poisoned by the Russian, perhaps the KGB or something like that. It's really good. And how they have to close down bits of Salisbury. They found all these bits of poison. What was frightening is that such a tiny piece of poison, right? And they put it on a door handle. Someone touches that and spreads it somewhere else. Touches that, spreads it somewhere else. And it's a bit of a slow kill. Not a nice death. Not a nice death. It's frightening how such a small piece of something can do so much damage to so many people. And this thing that they've like attached to like a door handle or whatever it was on, it stays there for 50 years. Unless you wash it off, you know. And at one point they were saying the police were telling people to when they get home to wipe down their clothes with baby wipes to get rid of it. Well, I doubt very much that that's going to do it. But it's really good. BBC iPlayer. Have a watch of that one if you like drama. The Salisbury Poisonings. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you, Rachel, for that text message. Don't forget, if you've ever got anything private that you want to send in, text it. No one can see that, only me. I often get very interesting messages on that one, I have to say. If there's ones to be read out, then I'm happy to read them out. See, if you're watching on a television or something like that, and you can't use the chat box, and you want to communicate, most people don't want to communicate. They're quite happy to sit there and watch. But if you want to communicate and you don't want to go on the text box amongst everyone else, I know that can get a little bit rough sometimes on that text box, then just text in your a message to that number there, 07551 259 675, and I'll try and notice it from the side there. Maureen in London watches the show. That's how she communicates, because she's not got the internet there. Well, she must have the internet when I think about it, because she can watch it on YouTube, so she's got some sort of internet, but she doesn't have email or anything like that. Let's just scroll up a little bit. 1 second now, my darling. Mick Davenport, my channel's at 18 plus. Oh, you haven't got one of those sort of channels, have you? Where you start doing things on camera, Mick? Oh, oh my God, I just imagined Mick taking his clothes off on camera then. How awful. Mandy, how do you put up with that, my love? You must have separate bedrooms. How could you get in a bed with Mick Davenport? Oh, my God, my oh, it's coming up again. Oh, take dear. Oh, there's bits of carrot on the floor now and everything. How disgusting. Let's just go down a little bit there. Morning to John Glazebrook. Morning, John. Are you opening the pub tonight? Table service only, my love. John runs a pub in Brixton. Brixton, yeah. Scotty, Brighton. Yeah, Vera went from Brighton. I thought she was. She was in the village of Ditchin and her funeral was in Brighton. Yeah, I did see that on the telly last night. Gary Ross loves watching Martin, that's brother-in-law, and Sharon, my sister. It's like watching Jack and Vera back in the day on Coronation Street. Oh, no. I think Jack and Vera were much posher than that, my darlings. I love it. Where are we now? Your spies are useless, says Michael Lawrence. I'm not at home, Chris. Who said they were watching you, Michael? They're watching interesting people, dear, not you. You're not being watched, Michael. You're fine. You just go about your business. It's watching interesting people, dear. Joe says Salisbury Poisonings was great. My family and I are from there, so I know all the time. Yep, there we are. Scrolling down there. Denise sounds like COVID, not a film. Yeah, frightening, really. Frightening. And John, not opening the EFRA now for another couple of weeks. So they're still doing work there, aren't they? Daniel now needs the sick bucket as well. Yeah, I know, Daniel. Fortunately, I mean, I do have a bucket down there for certain images that come in my mind sometimes. It's very, very worrying. Right, let's do some stories this morning, shall we? I've done everything on my list there. Did I say I was going out for a bike ride? Oh, My niece had it. Sorry, little sad story here. My niece had great disappointment yesterday. Bless her heart. Very upsetting. She's got this cat. My niece is in Cyprus. She's living in Cyprus at the moment with her husband because he's in RAF, right? And they're on a detachment. And she's got this cat, which they adopted. It literally walked into their house one day and she starts feeding it and looking after it and all that sort of thing, you know. And the cat's not even a year old and it became pregnant and had 3 kittens. One of the kittens couldn't get to the milk of the mum. You know, the other 2 kept pushing in and it couldn't get there, right? So my niece took it upon herself and got herself a little bottle and started feeding it herself. And several times a day, you know, she'd have this tiny little thing in her hand and feeding it. And the other morning, great nephew James, who's 3, decides he's going to get up and help as well. He's starting to talk now, which is it's just wonderful to see children growing up, isn't it? It's something that sadly I missed with my own son. But it's lovely to see great nieces and great nephews growing up. I can't believe George and George, who's on one side, and Evie, who's on the other side, are 8 years old now, and you see them growing from these tiny little babies and up now. She's beautiful, Evie actually now, beautiful girl. And James got up the other morning to help her doing the feeding. You know, tiny little bottle, and this little cat's eating. And unfortunately, yesterday he gave up his little fight, bless his heart, and she was absolutely heartbroken. And she put a little note on her on her Facebook page because she helped Pam the cat give birth. One was stuck in there. One got stuck, and she literally had to pull it out and open there's apparently a bag. I don't know, sorry to do the biology thing. There's apparently a bag and that wasn't open, so she had to get the bag open and get the little kitten out, and she started rubbing its chest and it started breathing. And she put on her Facebook, you know, bye-bye little cat, I was with you for your first breath and your last as well. Oh, so sad, isn't it? And that's sad. But, you know, it's just one of those things, isn't it? Some things are not meant to be here for very long, unfortunately. Some things are meant to be here for years and years, like me. You know, I've been booked to do this show for at least 1,000 years, boys and girls. You'll all be gone by then. Some year earlier than others, possibly. You know, I'll be here for thousands of years. And then other things are only here for sometimes a matter of minutes, even, and hours. You know, I mean, I don't know your private lives, but ladies, on a very, very serious thing. You know, sometimes people have a baby and it just doesn't even start breathing. It's just horrible. But in my niece's case, little kitten, she did her best and she kept feeding it, and it wasn't meant to be here, was it? So there's a little sad story there that I wanted to share with you from my niece's little cat. Really, really sad. Really sad. Oh, there's Gary. Good morning, Gary. Gary Butler there. Mr. How many subscribers have you got now, Gary? He had 1,405 subscribers and he's now overtaken me. Congratulate. No, I'm not jealous. No, not at all. Not at all jealous. Don't bother me. One of those things. One of those things. Don't bother me. Not bothered. Not bothered. Excuse me. Not bothered at all. Well done, Gary. 1,405. Can we have an update on your subscriber number, please? It's now 1,405 subscribers. Oh, yeah, baby. I was showing the pictures of Even and Harry earlier, Gary. Shame you weren't there. Right now, can we have an update, an exactly update? Fiona says, poor little kitty. It's so sad, that. Such a sad story, that. Such a sad. Lots of people wishing Gary congratulations there this morning. Some stories then. Here we go. Raccoon Dogs. I've never heard of these. Raccoon Dogs. If you're a dog lover, you may well know what these are. It says, a potentially dangerous and invasive wild species normally found in East Asia is roaming the UK countryside. Warning! Have we got the warning? Just a moment. The warning noise. Where's the red alert? Have I got my red alert here? No, I haven't got it here. I haven't got all my music here, you see. I must bring that next time. Haven't got it here. I don't have my warning noise. No warning noise. Sorry about that. It says, rural people are alarmed at warnings not to approach the wild raccoon dogs, which have mysteriously appeared in Wales and previously terrorised locals and attacked animals in Nottinghamshire. I've never heard of them. Raccoon dogs, have you? Today, one of the wild fox-like creatures was captured and humanely destroyed in Carmarthenshire. In 2019, the Daily Mirror, this is in the Daily Mirror incidentally, this story today, reported that a village in Nottinghamshire was under siege after 2 absolutely mad raccoon dogs had escaped from an enclosure. The local police said at the time the dogs were potentially dangerous, and after villagers spent 2 hours chasing off the snarling and hissing creatures, after they were woken by a blood-curdling scream. Ow, 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 ow! Ow, 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 ow! Very, very frightening. The raccoon dog is closely related to the fox and is a member of the canine species, despite having a face similar to that of a raccoon. It's the size of a medium-size family dog. Picture coming up for you right now, boys and girls. This, I've never seen one before. This is a raccoon dog. And as you can see, there you are, a little bit closer there. It does indeed look just like a raccoon, doesn't it? Look at that. They look so cute. Surely one of those on your lap isn't going to go amiss, is it? A little raccoon dog, darling. I think we need a raccoon. We need a raccoon dog. We need a raccoon dog. My sister says I should get a dog. Oh, all those hairs. No, I can't. Can't have all those hairs. I keep thinking about getting a cat, but again, it's the fur, you see. Little bits of fur and poo all over the place, dear. Oh, no. But then my mate... Oh, I'll show you this. I've got to show you this. I've got to show you this. My mate, because he knows how much I love cats. He's 5. Right? And he sent me a little message yesterday. Oh, the messages won't come up. 1 minute. Let's just try and refresh. Nope, that's not going round there. Oh, how strange and mysterious. I can't get my Facebook to work. Blah, blah. Arr, arr, arr. Facebook not... Oh, there we go. 1 moment. Let's come back on. And... No, I can't get the Facebook messages. Oh, that's a shame. I was going to show you... Oh, actually, maybe I can do it there. I can hear noises outside. Oh, it's the gas man. It's the gas man. Can you just talk amongst yourselves for a moment, my darlings? I think it's the gas... I can hear the gas man. The gas man has arrived. Talk amongst yourselves for a minute. All right, I'll be back in a second. Stay there. Oh, we're getting cut off now. We're having trouble with our signal. Trouble with the signal. There we are. We're back, aren't we? We're back there. Stay there a minute. I've got the gas man out there. I've got to sort out my gas. 1 minute. That's all right. He's just left it at the front there. That'll be all right. We are having a little bit of a transmission failure. Now that's interesting because there's now a large lorry parked. Don't worry about the picture dropping out at the moment. There is actually a lorry parked next to my caravan now with gas bottles on it. I wonder if that's what it is that mucks up my signal. I know you're losing the video picture a little bit there. Let me just try something. Let's swap over to there, and then come back to that. Sometimes that fixes it. I think it has. That's fixed it. There is that. My new gas bottle is here. How excited is that? How sad is that? How can you get excited about a bottle of gas being delivered? Now that lorry's now moving. That lorry's moving now. Okay. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? That's very interesting. When there was a lorry with gas bottles parked next to my caravan there, you couldn't see me then, could you? That's very interesting. John, you're a bit late, darling. You've lost the job, mate. You've lost the job. You've already lost the job, I'm afraid, John. Hang on a minute. Let's just refresh this page because my messages are mucked up now because of that. Is that okay now? I think that's okay now, isn't it? Mandy says raccoon dogs are closely related to true foxes and not raccoons. Well, there we go. There we go. Well, that was interesting there. For the period that lorry was there, and he literally takes the old bottle away and puts that one back and puts a new one in front. For that period of time, we got cut off then. Only the picture, as far as I know. Was the sound all right? The sound was probably all right. That's very interesting to find that out. We've discovered something today. Don't park next to my blooming caravan when I'm doing a show. Actually, I can park my car there instead of next to me on the side. That would stop any large lorries doing it. I might try that for the next show, which won't be up here for a week. I'll be going back down south a little bit later on and carrying on our shows from down there as usual, boys and girls. I must say, just want to say something to you. It's an absolute pleasure to sit here each morning talking to you. It really is. It really is an absolute pleasure every morning to sit here talking to each and every... And I really mean that. I really mean that, okay? I'm just trying to refresh and get rid of the error message now because we're back to sort of normal now. Is that going to be okay now? That error message gone? Yes, and just pause my video. Otherwise, I sit here watching myself. I can't think of anything worse. Some people sit there liking it. John says you must be full of gas with the amount of beans you eat. Yeah, actually, I meant to mention this to you. Let's have my pills now. I meant to mention to you when I was at my nephew's house on Monday, right? Let's do it on Monday. When I was around there Monday, my nephew's wife's mother was there. Her name's Michelle, who I get on really well with. She's great. She's absolutely great. Michelle, well, I discover, and I didn't know, she used to be a nurse. And I'm moving around a bit like that. She says, "What, you all right?" I said, "No, I've got trouble with my stomach." She said, "Well, what's wrong?" I said, "I've had a problem for ages. I've got this pain here, right, like a muscle type pain, but it seems to give..." Morning, Maureen. Morning, Maureen. Oh, the TiVo box just gives me basic YouTube. You can't record it. Yeah, but if you're getting YouTube, Maureen, that comes from the internet. So you have got... Oh, I've just broken a nail. Oh, that's going to be painful. Just a minute now. I can't stand it. I can't be doing a broken nail, my loves. That I get caught and I get ripped off my hand. And then there will be great pain and suffering. I know that you want to see me with pain and suffering. Let me just clip that off there. Here's my... Do you like my nail clippers? Actually, Maureen, did you give me these? Who gave me these nail... Was it you, Maureen? Gave me these nail clippers? I think you might have given me these nail clippers. I'm not sure. Yeah, if you've got YouTube, you do have some sort of internet there, Maureen. It's coming down your television cable from Virgin Media, isn't it? Virgin Media, yeah. So there we are. Yes, so I was round there and I said, well, I take that powder stuff in the morning, the anti-constipation powder. I said, I'm starting to wonder about that. I've been on that for about 3 or 4 years now. Not with too much of a problem, but occasionally I get blown up a bit. Well, for the first time ever, I decided to read the side effects letter. You know the side effect, whenever any sort of drugs are given to you by the doctor, you get a side effects letter or leaflet in the box, don't you? So I was reading it. And one of the side effects that some people get on this is bloating. And I've got to tell you, my stomach was really pushed out. And it wasn't fat. That's different. Because it wasn't there all the time. I thought, God, this is hurting. She said, do you need it? I said, well, I don't know. I said, I'm supposed to be taking it. She said, stop it and see what happens. So I stopped that on Monday. And by Tuesday night, my stomach had gone down. And gradually, all these various little pains that have been in different places, and I looked at on the internet a picture of the digestive system, right? And your stomach, it don't just go down; it goes down and then round, and it goes all the way round and up again and back down again, right? And all these pains I was getting were in various parts of where that big old pipe is. So I stopped taking it on Tuesday, And gradually it's got better and better and better. And even this pain that I've been having here, which I thought was a muscle pain, even that has subsided. It's not completely disappeared, but it's nowhere what it was like, say, last week when I was up at the house. So we're thinking that might be what it was. Of course, you take the anti-constipation powders because you get blocks up. Well, that's okay as well. That's okay as well. So we might have found the cause of the problem. I hope so anyway. Mick says, don't read the side effects leaflet. Oh, you're right there. You're right there, Mick. You're right there. I only read the side effect. Mark, you were added to the system and I sent an email out. I don't know why you didn't get it if you didn't. Don't know why you didn't get it if you didn't. Have you looked in your email? Did you get a bingo ticket? Have you looked? Have you looked? Have a look. Those of you that got bingo tickets yesterday should have got one as well. Where was I now? Oh, I've looked at the messages while I'm in the middle of a story. You mustn't do that, Chris. No, I can't remember now. Oh, no, I was talking about that business, wasn't I? But it's been all right since, so fingers crossed. Oh, Mick Davenport, that's it. Yeah, you're quite right, Mick. Do not read the side effects leaflet, ever, unless you get into trouble. Because if you did, you wouldn't take the drugs. It's absolutely true. I had a dear old friend. Her name was May. I don't know if she's alive now. I kind of lost contact with her. She was, I think, 90 when I knew her several years ago. And she went in for an eye cataract operation. I said, what was it like? She said, Chris, it wasn't bad at all. You're in and out in like 10 minutes. She said, and they do it. She said, and it's fine. But I wish I'd never read the leaflet because for weeks before the operation or procedure, whatever you want to call it, she was worried to death because it shows you graphically what they were going to do. Don't read it. And similarly, when I had the camera up the bottom thing, that's about 3 years ago now. When I had that, right, I didn't read about it. I'm the same as you, Mick. I don't read the side effects or anything like that. And I went in, you have an idea what they're going to do, but you don't know exactly what. I knew there was going to go a camera, but what is involved with that? It's not just a case of shoving it up and having a look around, is it? No, there's other stuff involved as well. And I went in there and he said, right, if I can just run you through what we're going to do today. This is on the day, right? So I went to a private clinic, dear. Private. But because the hospital was so busy, they started farming out these procedures to private clinics. So I didn't have to pay. It was the Royal Free Hospital, actually. They farmed me out to this it was a nice place, it was. So my mate took me down there. And I walked in. It was like a 2 o'clock appointment. As with all appointments, I'm there at 1 o'clock, ready. Okay? So I'm in there at 1 o'clock. I think it was about 1:30. Oh, you're here. Well, I mean, I booked in, obviously. So, okay, if you want to sit on there, your appointment's not till 2 o'clock. That's fine. And then there's like a tea. No, I couldn't eat anything. That's right. I couldn't eat or drink anything. That's right. Except water. So there's a tea and all this business and biscuits and what have you in there. And you're sitting there, very comfortable, waiting. There's a few other people in there. And then I was called in about 1:30. Okay, fine. And that often happens if you get there early. You get called in before your time. Fantastic. Called in, the bloke who was going to do it sat me down. Okay, well, I'll run through what we're going to do. I hope you don't mind if I can just stop you there. I'd rather not know if we can just go in and do whatever you need to do and don't tell me. Okay, yeah, that's no problem at all. You're not the only one who says that. He says, do you want to know the risks or not? I said, no, don't want to know the risks either. Okay, no problem at all. Now, he said, what sort of sedative would you like? A sedative or not? And I said, no, don't really want a sedative. I'll be fine without that. And he looked at me. He said, right, okay, that's fine. What about some pain relief? And I'm like, well, what's that then? He said, basically laughing gas. And I'm like, well, do I need it? And he had his glasses on. He's a nice bloke. I think it was like foreign. Looked sort of Iraqi, I would say. Iraqi, somewhere like that, maybe. And I said, what exactly is that? He said, it's laughing gas. And I'm like, do I need that? Do I really need that? And he's like, well... He looked me straight in the eyes. He said, no, I don't think you do. I think you'd be fine. Okay, don't want any of that at all. So I went in cold. I've told this story. One or two of you have heard this before. Went in cold and they did it. Was there any pain? Yes. I would say there was pain 3 or 4 times for about 5 seconds each time. And that's when he pushes, this camera's in there, it's in position, right? The actual pushing of the camera, you can feel a bit uncomfortable, but no pain. No pain, really. No pain. The pain is when he pushes his button and he puts, I think, air in, maybe carbon dioxide or whatever, and it pushes out your pipe, you know, your intestine pipe, pushes it out like that. Someone else at the door now, is there? Pushes out the pipe like that to allow the camera to move around inside. At that point, that hurts a bit. But it's only for like 5, 10, maybe 10 seconds. And then as soon as he pushes the other button, the air comes out, pain gone like that, instantly. Coming out with the camera, no problem at all. So it was mine. But I never knew exactly what they were going to do. If I had to go again, now I know exactly what they're going to do, and it would be fine. Seriously. Seriously. And because there was no sedation, as soon as it's finished, you're out almost instantly. There's nothing to recover from. It's been done. So you go and lay on this little trolley for a little while, and then she calls you about 5 minutes later. How you feeling? I said, fine. She said, come on, I'll give you a sandwich and a cup of tea. What would you like? I'll have a cheese sandwich and a cup of tea. So you sit there and watch this television, little room, all on your own. Right, you're watching his telly. She comes in a couple of times. Are you feeling? Fine, yeah, fine. She said, you ready to go home? I said, yeah, I was out in 20 minutes. With the sedation, you can be lying there for hours. How you feeling? I don't want any of that. It was bad enough in the 90s when I was going to raves. Shocking. Good morning to Lily Fallon this morning. Lily Fallon. It's George Bond, who reported me yesterday, apparently, for being a silent viewer at Gary's British talk show. And I was nothing of the sort. I was watching the Salisbury Poisonings. Thanks very much. I was informed, George. Why have you changed your name there? Lily Fallon is now George Bond. Oh, dear me. A good curry sorts it out, says Jason. I think it's sorted now, Rachel, to be honest. We're off the powder now and we'll just see what happens there. Maybe if it gets stuck again, then I should have the powder. But not as a matter of course, you know. Thank you. Did you not get your ticket today then, Gavin? Really? Let me try. I think I can send them again, actually, on this system. Let's have a look. Gavin Bass. There's Gavin. Oh dear, send cards. Let's try again. Let's try and send again. Right, I'm going to try and send them again. Right, attempting to send again. Okay, attempting to send again there. John didn't read about his procedure before his quadruple heart bypass. I just said as long as I wake up, I don't want to know. I entirely agree with you. I entirely agree with you there. Entirely agree with you there. All right. Good morning to LaBelle. Pushes out your pipe. Yes, that's right. Good. Some stories then. So we've done the dangerous dog one this morning, which is a bit frightening. Passenger can't stop laughing after a man... Ready for this one? A man was spotted wearing a pair of knickers as a face mark on a train to stop the spread of the virus. Following warnings that Ireland's R number rose to 1 or just above that, health officials urged the public to follow coronavirus guidelines. Despite the warnings, one person was seen wearing what appeared to be a pair of knickers as a face mask. I love it. And someone posted a photo and said, why bother wearing a face mask when a pair of knickers does the job? This bloke who saw the bloke with the knickers on, he said, I couldn't stop laughing under my own mask. I thought he was having me on. Just buy a proper one. Face coverings on public transport are now mandatory in the Republic of Ireland since earlier this month, and probably very sensibly at all. So there you go. You can try getting a pair of knickers on over your face, and that'll do the job. Now, Lidl. What sort of things do you like to buy in Lidl? I'm a Lidl customer. I quite like it in there. I go usually on a Friday night when it's dead quiet. I may, if I get home in time, I might go tonight, actually. I could go past Lidl on the way home in Crowthorne. I've got my mask in the car. Got my Apple iPhone for the... Oh, don't. I just cannot get on with that Apple Pay thing. I put my phone there and I'm pushing this button and it just... it's worked now. It's worked now. I was standing in the co-op yesterday trying to pay with Apple Pay and it just was not happening. I couldn't get the damn thing to work. There's queues building up behind. I got it to work. I got out a credit card in the end and used that. Anyway, in the Daily Mirror today, a mum of two was revolted when her daughter found what appeared to be a lizard head in her vegan bolognese sauce. Oh my God. Well, there you go. You should make your own stuff then, shouldn't you? All this pre-made food, it's no good for you. You want to speak to Mandy and Mick Davenport. He does all the cooking on this channel. Head of baking, Mick Davenport. Polly popped out to Lidl to buy the ingredients. Oh, here we go. For a vegan bolognese for her. I know where this is going now. As soon as I saw the word vegan, I know it. I bet she was absolutely... She's been sick for weeks now. Now under the doctor for anxiety attacks. I'm sure she will. Let's read the story. She popped out to Lidl to buy the ingredients for a vegan bolognese for her twin daughters. But as Isabel, that's her name, got to the final few mouthfuls on her plate, she was horrified to find what looked like the scaly head of a reptile in her food. Well, it doesn't look very nice. Hang on. Let's take a photo of this. Check your emails if you're on the bingo list, gang. Okay? You're on the test bingo list. Look at that. That does look like a lizard's head. I'm not sure if it is or not. Oof, God. The family think it came from a jar of sauce or a tin of tomatoes from the supermarket. Now, I use quite a lot of tin tomatoes. Lidl said they're very sorry and have launched a thorough investigation. How awful. It was traumatising. My daughters still can't eat properly after this. It's not about being vegan. Nobody wants to find that in the food, whether they eat meat or not. I mean, surely you would see that, wouldn't you? Surely, if that had come out a tin of tomatoes or a bottle of sauce, you would see that as you were mixing it in. How could you miss it? Are these people eating with their eyes closed? Perhaps they're blind or something. I don't know. Very, very strange indeed to find something there. Oh, I haven't had much as a courtesy call from Lidl to apologise. I've had to constantly chase them over the last 6 weeks. All they've told me is that their complaints team is looking into it. I think this should take precedence over someone who's complained about a bad can of baked beans or something. Well, it depends, doesn't it, my dear? Depends. Perhaps someone found a piece of human remains in their baked beans. That would take precedence over you. How do you know what they've complained about, you miserable cow? Polly said the suspected lizard head was about the size of her thumbnail, which is why she had not seen it when pouring the ingredients into her sauce. Well, you must see stuff when you're stirring it around. When I do stuff in my slow cooker, when I stir it, I can see the little pieces of garlic. Little pieces, admittedly pre-made garlic from a bottle or a packet. I don't mind admitting that. I buy that lazy garlic I tried last time. Oh, there's a lot. That's really strong. I had put a whole bottle of lazy garlic and a whole bottle of chilies in there. Lazy chilies. So much easier than chopping them up into small little pieces with a dangerous knife. Mum told me to be careful of dangerous knives. Anyway, there we are. A lizard's head in her dinner. How vile. How are we doing with these bingo tickets? Let's just scroll down there. John, there's John. Mark Bowles, I've got another colonoscopy, dreading it. It's the medicine beforehand. It's like a cement mixer. Oh, the one that makes you go, do you mean, Mark? Is it the one that makes you go, that medicine? Oh, that's dangerous. I read the packet wrong, didn't I, Mark? I understood that you had to take this stuff before you went to bed. No, dear. 10 o'clock at night, I took this stuff. I thought I'll have an early night because I've got my colonoscopy tomorrow morning. So I took this stuff and I'm laying in bed. Oh, my God. I ran to that toilet. And then I read the leaflet. Do not take this before going to bed. Dreadful stuff, isn't it? Awful. Fiona, Jason, I told not to wear knickers on his face. He wears all sorts of things, really. Rachel hasn't got the large valve anymore. They took that out. 8 hours, gosh. Well, it was a nice sleep for you, Rachel. Here, someone else complaining. Rachel complaining this morning that it took 8 hours to... You're not looking at the bright side of things, Rachel. At least you got a decent 8 hours sleep, my love. Mike Responto prefers Audi to Lidl. I think I do, really. The problem is Audi is always busy. Even we've been at 9 o'clock at night sometimes, and there's too many people in there. But if we can go there, me and my mate, we can go there. And if that's busy, then we've still got enough time to drive around to Lidl, you see. People who spread rumours are worse than a virus. Absolutely. Very naughty, George. Did they find anything with a camera? No, they do. I forgot to tell you that. They do have a screen and you can watch what's going on inside you. No, I didn't watch it and they didn't find anything, fortunately. I think they took a bit out to send away for check-in. Is that right? They take a little bit out to send out for check-in. Does that sound right? I don't know. Don't know, really. No email yet for Denise. I don't know why. Mark, did you get your second one? Right. D, you've been sent it twice this morning now. I'll have to give me another email. Perhaps Alton's email? Has Alton got an email that you could use? We'll have to try another email. D's not getting any of the emails for some reason. Don't know why that is, my love. Sorry. Mark, did you get your second one that I just sent? Can you have a look, please? It's like water emptying an old radiator. How awful. It's dreadful stuff. Mixed state on the toilet. Very sensible. Well, raving. Who used to go raving in the 90s? Hello, that's me. I went to Ibiza. Done it all. Done it all. Bad news if you want to do it this year in the sun. Majorca and Ibiza could hit British people with a £530,000 fine to halt illegal raves amid fears a second wave will shut down completely both islands. Organisers of the illegal parties are risking massive fines for flouting strict safety regulations on these places. Underground raves are being held in private villas, beach bars, small retail units and even on boats. They've cheekily been dubbed COVID parties for bridging the gap left by the government ban on the reopening of the island's popular superclubs. And I'm sure if you've watched that excellent programme, one of the few reality programmes alike, Ibiza Uncovered. I think that's quite funny, that is. If you've ever watched something like that, you'll know what Ibiza's like. I've done it. I had a fantastic time. The government over there has approved a new law which increases the penalties for holding parties with too many people outside of hours. I was going to say... Denise, if you've got another email for me to try... If you could email me that email and I'll change your email on there and we'll try and send it to Alton's address. I don't know why your emails are not getting there. Okay, if there's anyone else, Mark Bowles, you got yours? There, he got his. Mark's got his. Yours is the only one that's not coming through for some reason, D, and I don't know why that is, my love. All right. Where did we get to on that one? Yes, it says the lower end of the fine spectrum is €100, but authorities have now power to impose much tougher penalties up to €600,000 if justified. So, no clubs on Ibiza. I don't know if that will stop younger people going on there. I think Ibiza kind of lost its thing to party thing with young people to Ayia Napa. They all go to Ayia Napa now, don't they? How many people still go to Ibiza? We were actually in a quiet... It was me and my lodger at the time. Lewis was his name. We had a great time, but we weren't staying in San Antonio, or the gay part of the island, sort of as it's known, is Ibiza Old Town. That's where all the gay clubs are. The straight ones are also all in San Antonio. So we were in Ibiza town, and there was this little free bus that comes around at night time, takes you back to the hotels. Fantastic. Only like €1 or something like that, £1, whatever it was. And... we had a great time on there, really, when I think about it, yeah. But we were out of the main Ibiza town. We were in Saragasima, I think it was called, Saragasima. And it was quiet there. It was quite quiet there. It was nice. It was a nice time there. But if they close all the clubs in these places, are the youngsters going to want to go? I don't think they are, to be honest. Yeah. Wasn't a white tablet, John. It was powder. It was packets of powder there. They do biopsies, so it was probably what it was there. Adam got his... Good morning, Adam. How are you feeling this morning? We were a bit concerned about Adam on Tuesday, and we thought he might have the COVID, but he's come out of it fairly quickly there. Mick Davenport hasn't had an email. Well, I've sent it twice now. So that's 2 people, Mick and the other one. I got mine as well. Let's see what email I've got in there from Mick. Actually, no, we'll do this at 10:30 when we've finished the main part of the show. Okay. Anyone seen the comet yet? Well, it's going to be visible with the naked eye this weekend. I went out last night and with my binoculars for the first time up here. My God, you see the Milky Way. Looking at the stars last night, it was a little bit chilly outside, but looking out there, up at the sky, was amazing last night, I have to tell you. It was beautiful, but no comet, unfortunately. I saw quite a few satellites, because, of course, it's very dark. Much darker than it is. There's no town near here. Well, there is, but it's not, like, right on my doorstep. And the amount of satellites, and you see some very fast ones, one moving like that. Quite bright it was. Very quickly it was moving, and it was a slower one I saw. Many satellites I saw last night, but no comet, unfortunately. I did have a good look around for it. Couldn't find it. There's a very bright yellow star right in front of me there. Sort of south. I don't know what that one was. And then when I went to bed, I woke up later. Didn't see the moon. That would be about 12 o'clock. Then I woke up for a bit later. I think it was about 3 in the morning. And the moon was then right in front of me there. So it obviously moves around. And a yellow star would move slightly to the right. So very interesting there. Please check all folders, Mick, for your thing there and see if you can find that. Anyway, in the sun, stargazers in the Northern Hemisphere are in for a treat this weekend. There's a chance to spot Comet Neowise with the naked eye. It's currently heading past Earth and is set to reach its closest point on July the 23rd. Now, there's a little map here. What are we, July the 11th? It's just underneath the little plough. You know, so the little plough is like the square thing with like a handle. If you look where the handle is, it seems to be directly below that. Not the large one. There's a large plough and a little one. And they're kind of... If that's the bowl, that's that one. So that one, the handle goes that way. And then there's that one, and the handle goes that way. It seems to be directly underneath the end of the handle of Ursula Minor. The pole star. Oh, is that what I was looking at last night? I don't know if it was the pole star. No, I'm south-facing. Isn't the pole star north? Where is the pole star? I don't know. Anyway, it's directly underneath the pole star. And very near Capella, which looks like quite a bright star as well. Capella, it's underneath Capella. But it's quite low on the horizon at the moment, so if you've got trees, you may not see it. But get out there, and if you can see the comet, I'll be fascinated to hear your stories on that, boys and girls, if you got it there, all right? Rachel's going to be looking out for the comet there. Excellent. I think we would have a great time in Ibiza, Mark. You know, once you get a little bit off your head, you know, you just do all sorts of things that you really want to do that you wouldn't do normally, don't you, Mark? I don't know if you could keep your hands off me, to be honest. Adam's still feeling a bit lethargic, but on the mend. Excellent news. Excellent there. There you go, look. Here you are. Mick's found his ticket in his junk files. Junk, dear, junk. It's where all my shows would end up. John's never been to Ibiza or Mykonos. I've never fancied a very gay holiday. All my friends went. Well, I wouldn't say Ibiza was like a gay... It's not like Gran Canaria. Not really. Not really. It's a lovely island, Ibiza. You know. It would be somewhere that I'd want to go again. Obviously, I wouldn't be going, well, I might go to nightclubs. Why not? Why not? When I was going to nightclubs, let me tell you, there were some old people there then. You know, 57 is a bit old, isn't it, I suppose, now? My brother-in-law was saying that. We was in the car going to Skegness, and he said, the thing is, you have to remember, we are now old in comparison to the nieces and nephews, and certainly great nieces and great nephews. We are now old. How does that happen, eh? Adam is looking at Mars right now, but he don't want to put on the weight. But it's so difficult as it's on the coffee table. Adam, you've been ill, love. Have a Mars bar. God's sake, man. You've been ill, so have a Mars bar. Denise, you're going to have to give me another email and we'll try that. All right? It's obviously not working to your Ymail, darling. I've never had anyone with a Ymail email address, to be honest. There's Alton's email. Oh, he's on blooming Ymail as well, is he? Okay, let me just try that. Manage contestants. I don't know if I'll be able to do that. Let's try. Let's just... Hang on a minute. Just try something there. Where's it again? There it is. I've just ENDI. That all looks perfectly all right to me. Okay, let's try Alton. Oh, sorry. Right. Close. Now, how will I do this? Let's just send cards. I think I'm going to have to send it to everyone. Sending to 20. How else can I do this? Oh, God, I don't know how to do this. I'll have to send it to everyone again just to test out your one, okay? So you'll all get the same card again, all right? Hang on. There you go, sending. Let's see if that works for you. All right, my love. See if we can get this going. I wonder if it's something to do with the fact that it's a Ymail. I don't know. Every other person has got their emails except you. No, it's okay, Denise. Just wait for that a moment and see if that drops into Alton's email box in the next 10 minutes or so, my sweetheart. All right? X-ray vision on the phones. Yes. Bad news, boys and girls. They're going to remove it. We can't see through people's clothes anymore. How disappointing. I know you'd like to see me naked, wouldn't you? Mark Bowles would. You like to see me naked. Chinese phone maker OnePlus has permanently... people are so not a fun, aren't they? People just don't want to have a little bit of fun. Chinese phone maker OnePlus has permanently disabled a feature on its new mobile that gave its camera X-ray vision, according to The Sun. This is in The Sun this morning. Users reported in May that OnePlus's 8 Pro's infrared photochrom lens could see through certain plastics and clothes. You dirty lot. Each and every one of you is trying to look up that phone now on eBay and get one, aren't you? Dirty burbs. Every last one of you. Photos posted to Twitter showed the lens peering into the innards of TV remotes or revealing gadgets or text hidden under clothing. OnePlus temporarily blocked the camera in response and in a software update released Wednesday, wiped the camera's X-ray powers for good. Oh, I was going to get one of those. Some people are just not fun, are they? They're just not fun at all. The OnePlus Pro hit the shelves in May and comes with 4 rear cameras, including the photochrom lens. Disappointing. Very, very disappointing. Mike Rees-Ponto loves Torremolinos in Spain. No raves, but it's got a big gay community there. Can walk along holding hands. Nobody... Why, there's no one to hold my hand? No one to hold my hand, Mike Rees-Ponto. Coronavirus. Great nephew Harry keeps saying that. If you get too close when we said, coronavirus. All right. Yeah, Fiona. Fiona's gone to check eBay. I wonder why that is. Michael's got all his cards. See, look. There you go. Michael's got all his cards. Sean went to Ibiza 3 years ago. Years ago. Can't remember a lot about it. Well, you know you had a good time then, Sean. No pole star, Fiona, not porn star, dear. Is that another little job that you've done at some point, my love? Have you got a minicam? Is it minicam? What's that one that people take the kit off to? Is it minicam or something like that? 3cam? I can't remember what it's called now. Some website, dear. You pay money to watch them taking their clothes off. Dear me, you can just go to a swimming pool changing room and watch that, can't you? All right. I think we're done with the stories. Right, let's do these raffle tickets then. And let the people who are not here for the bingo, they can disappear then. If you'd like a raffle ticket for Monday's raffle, please speak now, boys and girls. Let me just tear a few tickets out here. And then we'll do the test bingo game straight after this. I'm getting very hot in here, actually. It's very warm. The sun's come up now. Oh, well, the sun's been up for a while. And this caravan really does heat up very quickly in the sun. So there we are. As always, if you've applied for your ticket by email, I'll do that a little bit later on. Denise, can you... Is it Cam 4? Is it Cam 4? Is that where they take the kit off? And you pay people to look at the bodies. There's like free sites on the internet if you want to do that. Why would you pay like, was it a monthly fee or a one-off? I don't know what it is. Right, raffle tickets then. Let's go. Mark Bowles, you're first today. 718. Jason Hughes, 719. Denise Andrews, 720. Rachel, 721. Mick Davenport, 722. Tony King, 723. Good morning, Tony. Sitting there quietly, as indeed is the delightful Ross Herndy. How long did it take you to grow that beard, Ross? That is a decent beard, isn't it? Decent beard. How long did it take you to grow that? Is that like years and years? Do you actually do anything? Does it get trimmed, or do you just let it keep growing and growing and growing? Or do you like a trim? I don't know how it works, really. Fran Green, 725. Maureen, 726. Andy, 727. AMS Clark, morning AMS, 728. Diane Jeb, 729. Morning, Diane. Is it OnlyFans? Is it, Gary? Is that what it is, OnlyFans? Okay. Fiona's been on that site a few times. I bet she is. Or is that draped across her Cessna? Anyone else want a raffle ticket? Please speak now. Okay. Anyone else want a raffle ticket? Please speak now. And while you're sending those in, Gary, 2 tickets. Gary, no, I think actually you won't get a ticket today, Gary, because you've been a bad person. Now asking for 2 tickets. Mandy, Gary's asking for 2 tickets again, darling. Shocking. Gary, 730 for young Gary Ross. Anyone else not got a raffle ticket? John Aitken, 731. Terry, 732. Ross doesn't beard, he just lets it keep growing. Excellent. That's a really substantial looking beard. Looks fantastic, Ross. Not from me. I tried it once. I had it for about a year, actually. I had just a little bit. And I was looking at it one day and I thought, I don't like this. My nephew's wife thought it was better with it, actually. Most people say no. The youngsters, for some reason, appear to like it better than the older people. Joe Woodruff, 733. Thank you, Joe. Anyone else there? Anyone else not got a raffle ticket? Please speak now. I'll just do today's birthdays and then we'll do our test bingo game this morning, boys and girls. Happy birthday on this Saturday, the 11th of July 2022. Danny Woodhouse, 40 years old today, is with us this morning. Good morning, Danny. Happy birthday. Patricia Cahill is 48 years old today. Lou O'Kill, I think he's a karaoke person, aren't you, Lou, if I remember rightly? Happy birthday to you today. And Manuel. Manuel Ocampo. Manuel Ocampo. He used to be a customer. Where is he in the picture? There he is. There he is in the picture. He used to be a customer at Belushi's in Hammersmith. And he was a really nice person. A really nice person. And I made friends with him. That's a few years ago now. So a big happy birthday to you. And indeed everyone else on their birthdays on this Saturday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Twice, coronavirus. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Yeah, baby. Happy birthday to each and every one of those wonderful people this morning. Okay, now, thank you very much if you've been with us for the chat show today. That's it for our little chat show. We're going to do a little bingo test now. Those of you that got tickets. D says she still hasn't got a ticket. So I'm wondering if it's an email thing. So she's now given me another email. Okay, so I'm just going to change. Now you may not get this now because we've already done the game. Let's try it anyway. Yes, everyone got the ticket 3 times. I don't know. I think I have to close the program and open it again to be able to send the emails. This may muck everything up. Let's do it and see what happens. This is a Gmail, isn't it? If you can't stay for the test game, that's fine. There's no prize or anything. You're not going to miss out. So capital A there, isn't it? All lowercase. Oh, you sent an uppercase one there. I don't think emails matter, actually, whether you put lower or... let me just check my spelling. Right, let's save that. Right, let's save that. I'm just going to close this program now and reopen it. Just in case it was... Sometimes with certain programs, you need to close them and reopen them. And I'm going to send the cards again, boys and girls. All right. And I'm going to put Denise at the end of the little message in this case. Although everyone will now get another ticket. Here it comes. There they come. I will just wait for that 1 or 2 seconds to see if she gets that one. And hopefully she will. There we are. Right. Let's see what happens now. Okay. Thank you, Daniel. I hope you have a lovely birthday today, Daniel. All right. Sean's off now. Bye, Sean. Love you. Love you. I could just be putting some of these tickets in here, actually, while we're giving that a minute or two for emails to go through there. And we'll see what happens. Fiona is here, of course, our head of aviation. Head of aviation is young Fiona. Yes, indeed. You know that is the case. Right, where are we now? There we are. Killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song. Da 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 da. All right. Yep. So that's gone out. Denise with Denise on the end there. Okay. Put those old ones there. Put those there. All right. Let's see if Denise got it. Just give it a little while to come through there. Wait a little bit longer. My one's come to me. I always send myself one as well, actually. While we're doing it, let's just do a few more raffle tickets while I'm sitting here. There's Gavin's. Gavin Bass, 734 for Gavin. Bum, bum, bum. Actually, no, I'll do those later because that's quite off-putting, isn't it? Okay. Right. Hello, Mr. Gregorian. Dr. Gregorian in the house. How long shall we give that now? Keep refreshing your page for your tickets there, my darlings. And we'll see what happens there, okay? There's our Michael. Let's do this one. That's that one there. 735. Yeah. 36. For George Bond. Peter Wright, 737. Dr. Gregorian, 738. Is that everyone? I think that's done. Adrian Richardson, 739. And that's everyone. Yeah, that's everyone I can see there so far. Excellent. Okay, right, let's see what you're saying there. Where's that bloody ticket? I'll put that in there now. Yep. Now, new email, gone into promotions, you see. There we go. Right. Right, I haven't got a Super Chat prize at the moment because I'm not here. I didn't bring a prize up. Should we put another mug in next week? Should we put another mug in? I'll do that. I'll do that Sunday night. We'll find one Sunday night because I haven't done that yet. I didn't bring anything up with me. All right, my love. Okie doke. Right, let's try out this bingo thing today, boys and girls. Right, let's just bring up the bingo board and see how we do. Bingo board. Nope, that's not. Oh, there we are. How do I bring that up in front of me? Oh, it's that one, isn't it? There we are. Remember, everything I do here, you know, I've got to obviously put it on the computer back at the Lincolnshire Television Studio Complex as well. So there we are. Well, I'm glad we've sorted out Denise. Mark Bowles, check all your folders as well. All right. Okay. Did I give 740 to someone? No, I didn't. No. I didn't. Okay. All right. Okay, then. It'll be a very quick bingo game because we're just testing it out to see what happens. All right? We won't be using this system tomorrow. We're still on the old system. So as long as you're on that, then it will carry on as normal. Okay? Are you ready, boys and girls? Stand by, everyone. Here comes your first number. No prize, I'm afraid. Ready? Go. 80, blind 80. 8 and 4, 84. 7 and 2, 72. 2 fat ladies, 88. 1 and 9, 19. I should have told you we're only playing for a full house, okay? Only a full house. 1 and 9, 19. 8 and 7, 87. 1 and 6, 16. 4 and 8, 48. There you go. 8 and 5, 85. All on its own, number 5. Would you like to see what I can see in front of me here? All on its own, number 3. Right, I'll show you what I can see in front of me when I'm doing these tickets, all right? I'm going to show you now. You can't see everything, all right? This is what I can see in front of me. Right, hang on a minute. Let's just get rid of that board for a second, and then I can show you. Because I know people are interested in this. There you go. That's what I can see. Can you see that? And that ticket at the top there, which is... Oh, blimey, it's so small on here, I can't see it. Oh, I can look on the screen, can't I? It's Simon Steele's. He's winning at the moment. Can you see that? Yeah? Right. I could scroll down there and see everyone's tickets, so no one can cheat. And God knows we have a few real idiots on here shouting bingo when they haven't won to disrupt the programme. Now, I always see the greater, wider picture of things. And what I see when someone does that is not an idiot shouting out bingo. I see an idiot shouting out bingo and disrupting the other 60, 70, 80 players. And that upsets me a bit because it's mucking it up for you. That's what upsets me. So we don't like that sort of thing. Right, let's bring that back up again and we'll continue with our little game. Ready, next number? And you can see there, numbers picked at the bottom. The last number is always highlighted bright red. And when they've been called, they're highlighted just in pink. The numbers that haven't gone yet are white. 1 and 2, 12. 4 and 3, 43. On its own, number 9. 1 and 4, 14. I can see my sister's winning now. Sharon Butler's at the top of the list there. 2 and 8, 28. 4 and 5, 45. 4 and 7, 47. 2 and 3, 23. All the 5s, 55. 4 and 6, 46. Daniel says, I wonder how it would be if he did the 75 American bingo game and the 80 number. Why would I want to do that? We're not in America. This is how we do it. Boris's Boudoir, number 10. 4-0, blind 40. It is a quick game, Gary. Shut up. Are you coming round for a walk? 4 and 9, 49. I thought I'd go down by the other side of the river then. See how far we can get. Bring sandwiches. 5 and 7, 57. Bring the kids down and go for a walk right down by the side of the river if you want. 6 and 2, 62. 5 and 1, 51. 6 and 7, 67. Jason says, should have been any chances you say no false calling or you get blocked straight away. Well, the thing is, Jason, someone can make a mistake. Someone could make a mistake. Now, for example, let's choose a name. Denise Andrews. Michael Pullman, Rachel, Jason Hughes, lots more of you on there. Lots of you on there. Shouldn't have started names because now people are going to say, oh, what about me? What about me? What about me? Ugh. But there's names on there that I know they wouldn't shout bingo. And if they did, they've made a mistake. I would know that. You just know the idiots. And I mean idiots that are on here and just want to disrupt everything all the time. They're the ones who'll be blocked. Thank you. 67. 1 and 3, 13. 2 and 6, 26. 2 and 5, 25. Are you keeping up? Shall I see how fast I can go? Yes, it will happen like that, Mike. Otherwise, you clog up the top of the list. If you don't turn up, if you win, then you come off the list and you have to reapply. On its own, number 7. 2 and 7, 27. 5 and 2, 52. Anyone keeping up? See, I can back around when we're not doing it for real, can't I? Oh, I love it. Here we go. Ready? 6 and 5, 65. All on its own, number 1. 7 and 1, 71. 66, 6 and 6, 66. 1 and 7, 17. 6 and 4, 64. 9-0, blind 90. Are you keeping up? I'm sorry, I'm being very, very naughty now. Very naughty. Let's carry on. All the 3s, 33. Shania has just sneaked in to play. Here you are, Shania. Have a look at the board. Cross off. All the ones in pink are the ones that have gone. That was a quick Holy Communion. Did it run out of bread, my love? All on its own, number 4. 8 and 9, 89. 1 and 8, 18. 5 and 9, 59. Buh, buh. 3 and 2, 32. All the ones, legs 11. 3 and 6, 36. 3 and 4, 34. 7 and 5, 75. 5 and 3, 53. 7 and 4, 74. 8 and 6, 86. Stop it, Mark. All on its own, number 2. 7 and 3, 73. All the 4s, droopy draws. 3 and 5, 35. 3 and 9, 39. 5 and 8, 58. 4 and 2, 42. 5-0, blind 50. 4 and 1, 41. 7-0, blind 70. All the 7s, 77. 8 and 2, 82. 7 and 9, 79. Oh, Mark, you only need 2. Stacey needs 2. How exciting. 8 and 3, 83. Actually, my ticket only needs 2 as well. I wonder if I'll win my own game of bingo. 3 and 1, 31. That'd be quite funny if I won. Can you just imagine if I won my own game of bingo and I won a prize? Can you just imagine the moaning? Mick Davenport would be he's like the gang leader, isn't he? Mick Davenport. Oh, let's all give him a thumbs down. Did you see him on that blooming karaoke some months ago? Didn't I can't remember what, something upset him. Oh, let's give Chris a thumbs down. Do you want warp speed bingo? Warp speed bingo? Here we go. 1 and 5, 15. 5 and 4, 54. 6 and 9, 69. 2 and 9, 29. 5 and 6, 56. 6-0, blind 60. Are you keeping up? Can you see the bottom bit where it says numbers picked? Can you see that bit? Let me have a look. No, you can't, can you? I wonder if that would be an advantage to you to see that bit at the bottom. Can you see the bit at the bottom when it goes to the full screen? No, you can't, can you? Bear with me a moment. I'm just concerned that might... I've got to do something. 1 second. I think I can make this even better. Filters. Bottom 100. Let's change that to 80. Nope, that's not worked. Okay, 50. Yeah, okay. Bit more. 20. 20, and let me open that up at the side a little bit. Left or right? Right. Okay, so right, 430. Let's try 410. No. 450 maybe? No. 430. How do I open that on that side? This is why we're doing a test, so I can get it looking right here. Do you like that better with the bit at the bottom there? Or is that fairly irrelevant? Because we've got the things going pink, haven't we? I don't know. See what you think. What do you think? Is that better like that? But you see where that's not gone quite over on the side there. That could confuse someone to thinking that we've called number 1. And that's actually... Let's try... Let's left 10. Let's left 10. No. What was it on? 8. Left 30. Let's try that. No. Okay. Left 8. Right. Let me just try and do something. Right. So 430. Let's try 300. Ah, no, we can't do it because that other number is... No, I'm going to stick as it was. What was it? 430. 430. There we are. 430. If I open it up any more, because that looks like a number 1. No, I'm going to take that out. Bottom 20. What was it? Bottom 10? Oh, I can't remember now. 200? No. 50? No. 100? 100. There you go. No, I'll leave it like that. I'll leave it like that because it looks like there's a number 1 on there and people could get confused and it's not a number 1. It's a teen number, but you can't see the other number. But if I go too far that way, it shows something else that I don't want you to see. So we'll just stick with that. All right, carrying on. Carrying on then. We're waiting for the winner. Here comes another number. 20 blind 20. On its own, number 8. Aha! 3 and 7, 37. We got a winner, and you got 30. You got a minute and a half. I'm looking at my clock. A minute and a half. Who's got that? I know who it is. Right. I'll take a picture of this, and when the person has claimed, you'll be able to see how I can see who's won. Okay. I was going to be second. I didn't win. If I won, I would go across it anyway. Let's see how long it takes him to claim. So you've had 25 seconds now. If he's still with us. I don't know if they're still with us. Is my sister there? Oh, there's my sister there. There's Mr. Yeah, bingo. 35 seconds to claim. Now, I was discussing this with someone. When the last number comes up, you do see the person claiming quickly, right? That's because there's always a delay in it coming back to me. And that's why that is. A couple of you were suggesting that, in fact, my brother-in-law as well, suggesting that I use the other chat box direct on the screen. Well, I was doing that this morning for a period of time. It comes up almost identical time as the chat that the chat I'm looking at within YouTube Studio, Martin, if you're still watching it. So that made no difference at all. But yes, indeed, Michael Parman's won the bingo. Correct. Now, and I could read you the numbers, 8, 9, 10, 20, 27, 35, 37, 40, 47, 51, 53, 64, 73, 79, and 87. Now, this is what I can now see in front of me, okay? Just to tell you, I know you're... Butterfingers. There we are. There we are. That's what I can see in front of me there. Let me just swap over there. Are you looking at me or... No, you're not looking at me, are you? Silly sod. There we go. I'm just going to take that board down and then you can see better. There we go. Right. So that is what I can see in front of me. Can you see Michael Parman's number at the top, at the bottom top there? All his numbers are now marked off. I was the ticket there actually, and I got second prize. And underneath that was... It's a bit difficult to see because it's so small on here. Maybe I can make that bigger for you. Oh yes, we can. Look. There you go. Can you see that there? Michael Parman at the top, I'm the second one down, and underneath that was Fiona Hunt. And I can scroll down to everyone's tickets there, so no one can cheat. No one can cheat there. All right, so that I think that works very well. And we've sorted out Denise's tickets there, the fact she wasn't getting tickets and that, and that's all well and good. Adam says you could play at super speed, and I keep up as the card is so nicely laid out. I'd like to be laid out. Preferably with Mark Bowles, but there you go. It's never going to happen, unfortunately, is it? Never mind. I think you're fine, Mick. I actually stopped myself saying it. I think you're fine, Mick. Don't you find that? Perhaps if you check back, because you don't do anything with your life, do you, my love? If you just check back on the video when it's finished, you'll think I stopped myself saying it. I've got a filter, you see, and my filter is on when I'm doing the show. Sometimes a little bit gets out, but not quite the whole word. I think you'll find that's correct. Would anyone like to agree with me on that, please? And perhaps give Mick a thumbs down, if possible. Michael says, winner, chicken dinner. It's a shame, really, because Michael can't be with us usually on a Sunday night, if I remember rightly. So there we are. Okie doke. Any other comments to read there? Keep it simple, just the board. Yes, I think we'll just keep the board there. We will keep the board. Bottom only numbers. It just takes a little while to get things to you. There's always a bit of a delay. There's my sister. Too much chatting. You must be joking, Sharon, aren't you? Have you heard yourself on the phone? Oh, dear. Sometimes when you're chatting to me, sis, I just put the phone down. Last week I watched 3 episodes of Old School Dallas while you were on the phone to me. You didn't even notice, did you? All right. Excellent. Right. Thanks for testing that with us this evening. This morning, boys and girls. I think we're done here. What a long show today. Good God, 2.25 hours. Where's the time go when you're enjoying yourself? That's what I want to know. Thank you very much, gang. That's it today. Where's my little backbone? I must bring my jingle machine up here because it's a bit clunky the way I play. I have to play out music here, unfortunately. I have to double click things, and there we go. I like a little bit of music behind me, innit? We could just sit here and listen to this going round and round, really. Yeah, poor Michael Parman can't play on the Sunday because he's busy, but there you go. It's just one of those things, unfortunately, isn't it? Right, thanks very much for joining us on the show on this Saturday morning. I shall be jumping in my car and whirring my way back down to Berkshire a little bit later on this afternoon. Bingo tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. We're still on the old system for that, but I think we're going to change that over next week, okay? Don't worry for tomorrow. Everything remains the same tomorrow, and nothing will change. Have a lovely day. Thanks very much for watching and listening to the show. I'll see you again tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Cheerio.